So back where I left out, like I was saying, some of the worst people in law enforcement are the black guys. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's like they already got in their mindset. Well, I know this nigga right here. I'm black. This man right here in the hood here. I know he got some. I know he got some. So they pretty much earn their stripes off profiling young black men because they grew up bitch made, never smoked a blunt, or if they did, they were so scared and paranoid and shit. I don't know how they do it and turn scared straight for life type niggas and never had the heart to hit a nigga back when they were getting bullied. I got bullied. I got bullied. I started off at Craigmont High School. I got bullied from 7th to 8th grade. It was a guy named D'Angelo Howard. I wasn't no fighter. The man used to, he used to check my pocket like this every day around lunchtime, man. What you got? What you got? Take my stepdad used to give me $2 every day. Man, you take my little $2 every day, man, you get sick of this shit, man. You know what I'm talking about? Man, bullying me like a motherfucker. But we had police in the school. But I was getting bullied, though. Okay, this 7th, 8th grade, right? Remember that. Police in school, though, just going on. So, you know, that was going on. You know what I'm talking about then? You had kids from Douglas going to Craigmont High School. Raleigh is kind of not so ghetto, kind of mediocre, middle class, right on the verge of Bartlett where the white people live. And Douglas is all the way across town, the other side of the tracks, down in North Memphis where the hood is. So, you know, we going to school with down there half ghetto motherfuckers and half middle, halfway knowing how to act type kids. And shit, man, you know, I got caught up with them halfway know how to act type kids. Not at all knowing how to act type kids. No respect having type kids. Motherfucker jump you and tell you, man, you gonna be blood, man. We're gonna beat your ass here. I'm gonna be blood. In my mindset, I grew up, I ain't never liked the color red, but I ain't never intended on being in no gang. I'm like, nigga, I ain't be no fucking blood. Last thing I know, I'm getting jumped in. I remember certain niggas, nigga named Rambo. He was a blood from Douglas. PJ, blood from Douglas. One of the little homies that got killed before he was a blood, his name was Peter Rabbit, but he ain't had nothing to do with me getting jumped. You know what I'm saying? He was a civilian before I got jumped, but those were just some of the particular bloods, the big bloods that I remember that just kept sending niggas out to doing shit, fucking with niggas and shit. But you know, I used to always visit my cousin on the weekends, you know what I'm saying? Just so happened, that was Hoover Crippin' though. That was Hoover Outlaws, you know what I'm saying? I would tell like, man, cuz, man, I'm getting tortured at school by these bloods, man. These niggas won't leave me alone. Woo this, woo that. Me like, man, cuz, well, you already know, come on home, you know what I'm saying? It's Hoover Groove, you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, and you know what I'm talking about? Shit, that's the opposition anyway. And in my mind, when he was saying opposition, I know he was saying like that's the enemy, but I was like in my mind, I know why they the enemy. To me, I'm 13, 14, they the enemy because they always bothering people. I ain't been in no fights or none of that shit like this. So, you know, I got jumped in the game with my cousin now. Not to mention I had a best friend at the same time. He was a white boy named Richard Smith. You know what I'm talking about? He was a total different breed. I ain't never seen a white guy like him. You know what I'm talking about? I remember our first year Craig, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't friends in 6th grade. We took a tour to the high school in 6th grade. And he had a best friend and I had a best friend. We both didn't like each other. I ended up beating up his friend. He ended up beating up mine. We became friends in 7th grade. Craigmont High School shit, the whole school had jumped my nigga. The whole school jumped, you know what I'm saying? My mind, remember that man, I ain't no fighter, you know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to figure this shit out. I'm slick scared. I don't know what's going on. I ain't just no fighter like that, goddamn it. See, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, nigga, you just post up right over left like this and shit like that. So, you know, if you post up right over left, you gangster, you GD. You know what I'm saying? He post up left over right, you vice lord. So it felt natural back then. We used to post up right over left. It just felt the best way because nigga right handed just feel like it felt better for the right to go over the left type shit. So shit, I remember one day we got out of school. Me and my nigga was just kicking it, me and Richard. Cub posted up. I'm kind of not paying attention, but then I am because I'm kind of feeling some shit finna go off. I don't want no part of it. At the same time, my nigga white boy posted like this, one of the head niggas in the school, you know what I'm saying? GD, big male, pushed his hand down like that, man, don't post up like that no more, nigga, you ain't no gangster. My nigga did anyway. Before I knew it, he did my nigga hand like that again. My white boy, fired on, boo-boo, they jacking the whole school. I'm talking about when you came out of Craigmont High School, they had across the street was the Green Box. Know what I'm talking about? How I remember it, I would say, like the G's and Crips used to be over there. Then on the side where the school was at, where the buses and shit was there right across, there were the Vice Lords and Bloods and shit to be. But all I remember, man, the whole school just jumped my nigga. That's the only time I remember not helping my nigga. From that day forward, man, and just not dead, but also experiencing being bullied. I said, man, I'm gonna start killing these niggas, man. Right then and there, because it hurt my feelings that I couldn't help my nigga. It hurt my feelings that I was already going through, and it hurt my feelings that I already wasn't getting the help from the people at the school that I should have been able to get the help from. Not to mention, I was real good in basketball too, man. You know what I'm talking about? I played for Coach McCoy. Coach McCoy was the 7th and 8th grade coach. You know what I'm talking about? If he was able to just tap a little more in tune to my talent, I probably could have made some little money like Jeremy Hunt did too. And then as well, it takes a lot as far as having somebody to push you on to what they see you are able to perform well at. I didn't have nobody doing it, and then I'm getting bullied. Then I started gang banging, so I got out of basketball. So, I mean, this has always been something I've been intending on doing, to just talk about how a person comes to be who they are. Second time I got arrested. Remember, my first time I got arrested just because I was walking down Claybrook. Police officer couldn't find dope on me. I asked the man for his badge number. The man, he pretty much slammed me to the ground, took me downtown for obstructing highway traffic, jaywalking. Second time I got arrested, unlawfully. At this time, I'm making $20 an hour. Check this out. I'm making $20 an hour. $20 a motherfucking hour, man. Get out of work, chilling. I was standing in the same place. I was still right there, Claybrook and Henry. In the shotgun house, staying with my baby mama. Just had my little boy. I just got out of work. I'm in my car chilling, man. You know, I worked at AWG. Anybody know about a social wholesale grocer? You leave that junk, you tired the motherfucker, bro. It's always 10, 11 hours plus, and we work on production. So, man, I was just chilling in the car, man. It was late night. Man, shit, we used to go in to 2 until finish. I think I got off late. I don't know. I probably got out about 11, 12 that night. So, you know, I'm sitting in the car. Man, right when I'm finna get out that motherfucker, know what I'm talking about? Whoop, whoop, whoop. I would pause, but you see, woo, 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 to me, it's blue light just flashing in your face. This woo, I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Don't ask me my name. Don't say nothing to me. Nigga, just open my door and pull me out of the car. Hey, man, where you coming from? What you doing? Who that? Said I fit the description of a robbery that just occurred in the area. Well, I said, there's no way I fit the description. I just got out of work and I've been sitting here and I ain't went nowhere since I got to this residence where I've been staying for the last couple of months. Of course, they knew I didn't do it. 2 white boys. Of course, they knew I didn't do it. Talk shit, call me all kind of robbers and motherfuckers and boy and all kind of racial slurs and shit. Pretty much, you know how they make you feel, man, listening, you hear me? You don't gotta call a nigga to make him feel like one when you know that you're violating his rights. At that time, I knew my rights were being violated, but I didn't know it by the documents to recite. You know what I'm talking about? That's why like we go on these jobs and then you applying for jobs and you see the manager you're finna interview with, and being a black man, you be like, you'll turn around to walk out. You can see that aura. You can tell that they're jackasses. You can tell that they don't know how to deal with different type of people. So how are they always in these positions? How are you always managing and general managing these big corporations and you're not used to dealing with different kinds of people? You will see my face right now and swear, okay, he's a thug, he's a gangbanger, and all these things that may be true or not. That has nothing to do with the way I think, the way I carry myself, and my characteristics as a person. You know, so continue the story, man. You know, man, they took me out the car, found out it wasn't me, which they knew it wasn't me. Same scenario. God take my life right now. First 2 times that I went to an adult prison were unlawfully. My rights were violated and I should have a couple of million right now. I shouldn't even be having to work. But, you know, it happens to all black men in every city all over the world. Not saying feel sorry for me, but I'm telling you how they process your mind to have you what they call it, what's the word, to have you institutionalized. They want you institutionalized so bad, and they force you. They throw it upon you. I got out the car, the man released me. Mr. Patrick, well, we all, okay, man, you're free to go. I said, sir, can I have your badge number? Right hand to God, motherfuckers, down there broke my wrist. Took me to jail. They gave me disorderly conduct that time. So with all this harassment from the police going on, police in my school not helping me when I'm getting gang jumped before I ever joined the gang. Now this time, you know what I'm talking about? I'm gang banging. I'm smashing anybody who want a problem. When I see the police, I'm trying to smash them and get the fuck away from them too. You know what I'm talking about? I'll do anything to get away from them, to hurt them, because they're definitely trying to hurt me. You know what I'm talking about? I would never cooperate with them, period. And they led that same mentality to the workforce. You know, because I've been working since I was 14 years old. I'm 35. Just you do the math. People will say, okay, well, you've been working since you're 14 and now you're 35. Why aren't you managing something or owning something? People can say inconsistency, pretty much meaning not staying dedicated to one thing or whatever it may be. But, you know, my scenario would be from, if you check my resume and my jobs, I've always excelled at all my jobs, but never been in management. When it's always a time that occurs when a disagreement comes and I'm involved and it's somebody else, like a little white girl, because, you know, a lot of my jobs been serving and bartending jobs. So, you know, I deal with a lot of white women and people of their nature that really be hating how people hate how black people move, how cool we are, how we swag, how we know how to get on different people's level, and people hate that. And then you can try to teach certain people how to do things, and when they don't understand and don't want to understand, they feel that you may be doing better, and they know that people will believe them before they believe you. You end up in situations. I end up in so many of the same situations. You will swear that I'm an asshole and I'm a liar and I'm a dickhead. I got fired from like the main event from a little white girl that I trained because she couldn't handle her sections. I always had complaints. I would pass her sections and her customers would ask me for help. And when I did, she would go to a manager. Oh, Cardius is in my section. He's taking all my money. Oh my God. And of course, the manager, he would be a Cardius. This is the second, third time in somebody's section. What you don't realize, if you're a businessman, how am I always ending up in somebody else's session like I don't have my own as big as this establishment is? Have you ever been to the main event, Memphis, Tennessee, off of Abilene Road? It's too big of an establishment for me to be stealing people's tables if they were doing their job. Me and my mindset, I grew up a Southern gentleman, hospitality. If I can help you, I am. I'm not going to walk past you and see you just getting here and not going to say nothing to you because that's not my section. I told plenty of times, oh, how you doing, man? Your server bills you shorter, but then your server's still not there. And you see, I done took care of about 5-6 people and they straight and I'm chilling. I'm going to help you out. Which I did, caused me to get fired. That's exactly what caused me to get fired. Helping customers when the employees that they hired, little white girls that they thought were pretty, couldn't handle the shit. You know what I'm saying? They put me out the door. Currently fucking on my resume like I'm a dickhead and like I'm trying to steal somebody's money because I'm trying to keep guests coming in the building. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a lot more of these videos, but this one's pretty much in particularly on showing you how they process your mind to fall, to be a failure, which I never accept. You know, I feel down right now because I just left an interview 3 days in a row that I'm overqualified for. Overqualified for the job, man. Some bullshit ass shit, you know what I'm saying? Some little serving, bartender shit, but you know, you make good money, but I need cash money. You know what I'm talking about? My daughter finna graduate in May, so you know, I'm trying to get her a little whipping shit. You know what I'm talking about? I might have been on 3 interviews. The first interview, the lady, oh, you're overqualified. I love your resume. Woo this, woo that. Come back tomorrow and talk to Carlos. Come talk to Carlos. He can't barely even speak English. This motherfucker straight from Mexico can't even speak English. He the manager. I don't understand shit he's saying. Oh, I love you, man. You pretty yeah, great interview. Come tomorrow. Talk to my general manager. He hire you tomorrow. Which is today. I go talk to him. I didn't know you was coming. I had no idea you was coming. Really? You know what I really think? He knew I was coming. He knew exactly I was coming. I think they all saw my resume, saw that I could fill every position. Saw my face didn't fit with the business. Saw my face didn't fit with the crowd. Saw my face didn't fit with the crowd in the area of the ethnicity of the ethnic groups that stay in the Stone Oak area in San Antonio, Texas. Same shit that I was trying to get away from in Memphis, but you know, you can't, all this shit all over the world. You know, Texas, you know, they say, what state was Texas? That was lynching motherfuckers, just like that was lynching motherfuckers, goddamn it, in Tennessee. So, you know, man, it's real demotivating. But as far as like, to be a black man, you really gotta stay on the prowl of people, man, with the right type of spirits, man. You know, I promise, man, the whole time, the first lady on the interview, she was cool. Carlos, I was kind of skeptical about him, because I was like, he a fucking immigrant. He trying to act like he the fucking president or something. You know what I'm talking about? Like, he was calling, just looking at my application and asking me the same question over and over. Then when I asked him a question, he couldn't even answer it. You know, I'm great at interviews. You know, I'm gonna give y'all some key. The main pointers on interviews, try to ask them more questions than they ask you. But always make sure you answer their questions. But hey, make sure you got some tactical questions that apply to who they are and how they apply to what they're doing in their establishment. You know what I'm talking about? But you know, it's like they really hate an intelligent black man. But you know, you don't have to be an intelligent black man. It just, when you just really, it's different kind of black men. You know, I'm the type of black man, you look at me like, man, that nigga thugging. He might steal something, or he might do something. You look like that, you don't got no chance, man, unless you run across somebody that has a background with dealing with different kinds of people, which none of these white people do. So why do these white people have all these positions and they don't know how to deal with people? What would the world say? Oh, they went to school. You don't gotta go to school to be no manager, no fucking Torchies, or no fucking main event. Now people make alright money, enough money to take care of their family and shit. Don't know how to deal with nobody, man. Real ignorant. Real very judgmental. So, you know, man, and it's gonna be more of these videos going on. I'm just not gonna talk on one topic, which is basically just the process of the mindset of a black man being demotivated on going to work, trying to obtain a job, and just pretty much even going outside. Man, I'm talking about, I don't gotta have a cigarette in my pocket, man. I see the police, man, I feel like, man, I got a dead body in the trunk. That's just how they always made me feel growing up my whole life. I'm 35 years old right now, and I see the police right now, man. I just get the worst feeling in the world, man. Like, I just, man, lost one of my friends, and I see the nigga who killed him. That's how I feel when I see the police, man. So, you know, I'm just, man, telling everybody to stay positive, stay intelligent, stay looking for ways to improve, man, you know. And hopefully, man, just start, man, y'all been putting me on sharing these videos. I've been seeing how much just people talking about topics been helping me. So, you know, I'm gonna start talking about the things that I've been seeing and dealing with. There's a lot more to come. I got a whole story and book to tell, you know what I'm talking about this Hoover criminal gang and how it came to be, you know what I'm saying? Gang banging ain't nothing bad with gang banging. It's the people inside the gang, they get a gang a bad name when they don't know what the gang is really for. You know what I'm talking about? The gang started off protecting the neighborhood from these bogus ass police, from these injustices of different states all across the 50 states of the United States. So, you know, that's why I represent that Hoover criminal gang to the fullest, because, you know what I'm saying, it taught me about being a man. It taught me about standing up for myself. And it taught me what was really going on in the world. The police after the fucking hurt you and kill you. You know what I'm talking about? That's one of the main things that taught me. But then it got misconstrued when you getting into it with somebody that's really supposed to be fighting the police with you. So that's where the gang and shit got fucked up with this red and blue and all this shit. I don't know how they done poisoned our niggas' mind with the red and blue that we enemies, which I can go into the history. They done did that shit on the internet. I ain't come here to do that, but I don't agree with none of that stupid shit. Claim your hood, but shit, I'm down on Hoover's locking up with blood.